Said I'm living my best life. Said I'm living my best life. Made a couple M's with my best friends. Turned all my L's in the last hand.
Hey everybody, this is Lexi or Landy's with Lexi, and in this video I am just going to share a little bit of good news. I did receive a CJO or CTO as they called it from the Mainline Airline that I had my interview with on Wednesday, so 2 days ago. And so I am really excited. It kind of feels like redemption for me. The regional airline decided to let me go, and then I get a CGO from a mainline. So I am very excited, and I won't lie, there was maybe like 2 to 5% doubt in the back of my mind that I would not get this position, and that is why I did not bother to take any like pictures or videos or anything like that from my trip down to Houston and my time in Houston, because I landed at maybe like 8 something in the morning, and my interview wasn't until 2. So there was a decent amount of time for me to kind of take some pictures, take some videos or whatever. I did not do that because if I did not receive like a CJO or an offer, I won't lie, I would have been really bummed, and I would not have really honestly wanted to remember that part of my life. So that's why I didn't. But I did receive a CJO, and I had to remain calm, I won't lie, because I won't lie, this is like the first time in my life where I legitimately practiced genuine positivity. So you can tell yourself something 5,000 times, but if you don't believe it, you're literally just talking, you're just saying words. But I really did try my best to manifest it, like really bring into my life something good, especially at the beginning of the year. This is a really great way to start the year, especially since everything that happened at the end of last year. So it's kind of like out with the end, Lord have mercy, that's not how it is. Out with the old, in with the new, essentially. So wrapped up 2021 with, of course, not so great news, but then I'm starting 2022 with much better news. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm waiting for them to give us like a training date, things like that. So that's the process. That's where I'm at right now. I guess, well, I'll also take this time to talk about essentially how the process went. Of course, I won't go too in depth because you're not supposed to, but everything that I read on like Indeed, Glassdoor, really any other message board, seemed to not align at all with my experience. My experience was actually very quick, very simple, very painless. And of course, I'm not complaining. Of course, I'm not looking the gift horse in the mouth at all here. It's just what I had prepared for. I had prepared for a much more extensive process that day than what actually had happened. So I guess maybe I'll just go right into depth with essentially how my process started from the time I hit apply to where I am now. So of course, yep, step 1, I applied. However, I did not receive an email to do a virtual interview until maybe August, September, somewhere around that time. And I had applied so long ago that I actually forgot when I actually did apply to them, because I don't remember applying to them. So I received my virtual interview information. I did that on November 9th, and it went pretty well. The guy that I had my virtual interview with was fun. He was personable. I loved his style. He was just a beautiful guy, and I was here for it, but I was also really here for his stories that were really interesting. So my virtual interview with him felt more like catching up with a girlfriend than an interview, because he spent probably more time discussing Real Housewives than we did the actual job. So I really enjoyed like our conversation on on a basic level, like outside of really wanting this job, I really enjoyed everything that he had to say. So that was kind of a good start. I was like, okay, I can do this. And so once I submitted that, I did not receive my information for a face-to-face or like, congrats, you made it to the next level interview email until, oh my gosh, I can't remember the exact dates, I'm sorry, but it was over a month that I waited before I got my email for the face-to-face. So a lot of these processes are like months at a time. So for whoever, I was reading a message board and they said that their process took 6 months. That's completely believable because a lot of these are months and months. So of course, I sign up, I get my plane ticket, all this, that, and the third. And then I go to my interview, which they give you dates. You can either pick from Denver or, well, I won't say Denver. You're able to pick whatever location is closest to where you currently live. And so for me, that was either Denver or Houston. Denver was all full for whatever reason, so I ended up going to Houston. And so once I get there, I landed. You could pick whatever time you want to leave. I decided to leave at 6 in the morning, even though my interview was not until 2 o'clock because I wanted enough time to prepare. And I'm the type of person that will get to work and sit in my car because I really need to get myself into that headspace, that zone. So I figured if I get there early, I could write down some notes about the company, really study them, and then I'll have enough time to change and then get to the location where our interview was held with no hiccups. And even if there were hiccups, there would be enough time really to hammer those things out.
You don't like money, I can see it in your eye. You don't like winning, I can see it in your tie. Better be careful with these women when you trick and sending flies. She count money in her sleep and she don't never spend the night. But she trapping and she had to